Hi, if you're watching this, you are a part of or about to be a part of an incredible ministry at Providence Church. We are here today to talk about our ProvKids elementary team and what it would look like to serve on a Sunday morning with our team. I want to introduce you. First, Jackie Stancato will be one of your main contacts for ProvKids Elementary. She's our 1st through 8th grade next generation leader and an excellent resource for you moving forward. If you have questions or concerns or things that come up, she will be a great resource for you. My name is Laura Johnson. I am the 1st through 5th grade curriculum guru, among other things. My role at Providence is to help to support and implement and train in curriculum and in Bible principles as we are moving forward as a team. I do a lot of making sure that we have what we need. In addition, we have Nora Fogg, who is an awesome person on our team. She prepares all of our supplies. So just some names that you will hear over the course of today. We wanted to encourage you first with this quote here. It says, "The best way to share a child's character and faith is through small, consistent deposits," by Reggie Joyner. Reggie Joyner is one of our favorite authors for children's ministry, and we've done quite a bit of research with his book and his phase projects with Orange and all of the other Kristen Ivy and the other authors who have contributed to that project. And essentially, we have come to the conclusion with the help of all these authors that each kid at every stage needs people who are pouring into them, intentionally loving them, giving them the tools to live a faith-filled life. At Providence, we want every kid to encounter the gospel, to see it, to hear it, to experience it. And so we want the same for our kids downstairs. And the best way that we can do that is to develop it in small, consistent deposits. You are a huge piece to that puzzle, whether you're just starting serving or you've been serving before or maybe in another classroom, another area. But the time that you spend in this ministry is just an incredible investment in the next generation. And so we thank you a million times over. We try to tell you over and over again, but we hope that you hear just how important you are to this ministry and how much we value you and the time that you spend. We know that life is crazy, and we are just very thankful for people like you. As we move forward, I'm going to give a lot more details about what a Sunday morning with ProvKids Elementary would look like. At any time, if you have questions, feel free to write them down. You can always contact either Jackie or myself via email or via text or via phone to kind of get clarification on those things. As always, we will be around on Sunday mornings to help you out, especially on your first couple of Sundays. And we are looking forward to getting to connect with you face to face, just so that we can continue this training in person. But we wanted to give you kind of an overview today of what's going on so that we can give you a foundation to start with and give you some time to process all that we're going to throw at you. Okay? The first thing I want to start with today is kind of the layout of the way that Okay, so when you get signed up for a specific week of serving, on Wednesdays you'll receive an email from Michelle. She's our ProvKids admin, so she does all of our schedule emails, thankfully, which is such a blessing to Jackie and myself. But she will send you an email that looks just like this. It tells you the date, tells you what time you're serving, it gives you a lot of information, tells you who's serving in which area, it gives you who the directors are, who are your contacts directly during that hour, it gives you our contact information. So all of this will come to you on Wednesdays. When you get this, there's a couple of things that you want to look for. First, you probably want to know what the schedule looks like. So you are going to click the schedule for the morning can be found here. This is the lineup for your morning. Now, there's two different schedules that you will find here. If you're serving on a second Sunday, like here on June 10th, this is going to be your worship Sunday, which means that kids will be down the entire time, and our team of worship leaders will come in and lead worship with you as a group all together, which is really awesome. So you'll see, if you were to click on this right now, you would see the schedule pop up for what that would look like for 9 a.m. on a worship Sunday, with all of the activities and events, with our information, kind of what the goals are, and then just your first opening activity, kind of how you can get started just getting to know them. And so this is an invaluable resource for you, again, depending on which service you're going to be at, and depending on which hour you're going to be at. This will change just slightly. The gist is, in general, you start out in your small groups where you're with your first and second graders, and you're really intentionally giving them some good quality time to share what's going on in their lives. This is your point of connection. This is your point where you learn their names, you learn what they like to do. This is an invaluable resource to you as you are trying to gain credibility with them. This time that you spend listening to them, I promise you, will be an incredible advantage for you in the long run. Okay, so that first 10, 15 minutes when they either come down from worship, when they're dismissed on the first, third, fourth, and fifth weeks, or it will be right away on second Sundays, like the 10th of June happens to be a second Sunday of the month, and your time would start right at 9 o'clock with that, what we call a social time. So ordinarily, it would start at 9:25. Again, a week of worship like this would start at 9. Confusing, I know. We will help you through all of this. But regardless, within that email is the schedule for the week with all of the times. And there will be specific ones. Obviously, if you're not serving at 9, it'll be specific to the 11 a.m. service. So look for that in your particular email on Wednesdays. Then you'll also have a link. Click here to see what's coming this week. And this will open up something like this. Oh, sorry, let me make that bigger for you so you can see it. Okay, this is our place to dump everything you could possibly need to prepare ahead of time for the lesson. Our large group teachers are the story communicators. They are the ones that come together and kind of share the story, the lesson for the week. And so large group leaders, if that is you, you are going to access your story right here based on the week, and LG stands for large group. So you would find kind of your lesson, the ideas here in that file. If you are a small group leader, you are responsible after worship, after the story, after your intentional story or get to know your time at the beginning. By the end at 10:05 or 12:05, depending on which service, you're going to have a time to do small group activities with your few. And so here we've provided options for you. If you're a small group leader in Highway Kids, you would obviously choose small group Highway Kids. Sorry for the abbreviations. I get lazy as I'm typing all of this out, and I figure you guys can figure it out at some point. So this is, the activity that we want you to do with the kids. There's often a couple options, to reinforce what they heard in the story, get people connecting. It often has a prayer component to it, so kind of leading you in that direction to end with prayer. Overall, this is your resource to really help to make the story matter to the kids that you have in your group. And so this is a really great way for you to answer questions and kind of dive deeper into the story. So you'll see small group activities in this folder. Small group Highway Kids, small group Getaway. Again, they have different activities. We try to get them active and moving. This one, again, has a prayer activity with it. This is something that we highly recommend you look over before you get there because it is often stressful in the moment to be looking over an activity and not knowing exactly what you're supposed to be doing and what resources you need and all of that. Our dear friend Nora does put all of our curriculum boxes together with all of the materials that we need. However, that does not hold as much importance if you haven't read over the lesson. So we do strongly encourage, we obviously can't force you to do it, but we strongly encourage that you take the few minutes to look over that lesson just so you know what to expect when you get there. Kids thrive on finding loopholes, and when teachers are not prepared or their small group leaders are not prepared, they see that as an opportunity to do whatever they want, and it often creates chaos. So, if nothing else, avoid the chaos by reading over those lessons ahead of time. Okay, let me show you a couple of other things that we have. Let me show you this diagram. I made it on the computer because I figured it was easier for you to see. I've referred to a couple of terms, highway kids and getaway, and I just want to clarify what that means. Our highway kids are our first through second graders. So these are our younger friends. These are our friends who typically are not yet strong readers, but they're working on that. They're really, really warm and loving and caring, and they want to please you. They want to be a part of everything that you're doing, and they buy into almost everything if you are convincing enough. Then we have our getaway kids. These kids are often smarter than us. We love them for the way that God has given them wisdom beyond their years. Their knowledge of the Bible is often astounding what they know, and it's just a true privilege to get to know these kids and to learn the Bible alongside of them. And so both of these groups have serious advantages to working with them. Some of you may float between the two groups. Some of you may specifically be assigned a group. Again, all of that can be found in that initial email. You'll find out which group of kids you're working with for that particular day. Let me go back and find. One other thing I wanted to clarify is that this is a picture. This here is a picture of our children's ministry space. So this is when you come in the downstairs doors, you enter right into the main area, which has the great room set up with those divider walls that kind of divide that space into a little bit of a smaller, more manageable classroom. This is where our 9 a.m. Highway Kids small groups and our 11 a.m. Getaway small groups will meet. So when you're in that small group time per your schedule, depending on the hour, that's where those groups will meet. In addition, the large group lesson happens in the great room every time. So know that this great room is used quite often. Anything in red is our early childhood areas, and though they're important for the purpose of this, I'm going to kind of skip over the details of those. Obviously, there's the boys and girls bathrooms. You can send students one at a time if they need to. Students, kids. Can you tell I'm a teacher? It's natural. Then down the hallway for 11 a.m., I just want to draw your attention. At 11 a.m., Highway Kids small groups actually happen in one of the classrooms down the hallway because our middle school students use this downstairs room. So they would be here in this time. Again, there will always be a director or someone to help you navigate all of this, but we just wanted to give you an introduction. Downstairs, next to the boys' bathroom, there's actually a stairwell that goes down to the ground floor, and that's where you can get to this 9 a.m. Getaway small group space, and then you can also get to the 11 a.m. middle school space if you need that. I know that I just gave you a fire hose of information about what it's like to serve in ProvKids. There is plenty more that I can share with you. However, I don't want to overwhelm you. So what I want to leave you with is this. If you have questions about anything that you have heard me say or anything you've heard in passing, please, please, please let us know. We are happy to answer those emails. Jackie and my email are right here. Please let us know, and we really look forward to working with you. Thanks so much.